Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 100 GB. This is your host Gaurav, and today I will be taking a stab on whether or not you should buy a phone having more than 64 gigs of storage. So I will try to make this video super simple to understand, so that you can make a very clear decision while buying your next phone. So these days there are a lot of phones coming with more than 64 gigs of storage, like 128, 512, or even more. To me, it actually doesn't make any sense. So let's see what's the state of the art right now. So let's say I have a 64 GB phone, which I do, which I've been using for last 4-5 years now. Roughly around 54 gigs is available. To be even more generous, let's say only 50 GB is available. So I have divided the entire storage into 4 primary areas. Let's explore one by one how much we can fit in this 50 GB. So first is gaming. By the way, the most important one is multimedia, and I will take it up in the last. The most popular games right now, PUBG, Call of Duty Mobile, each of them takes somewhere around 2.3 or 2.5 GB. So even if you have 4 such games, it will take around 10 GB. Let's stick to 10 GB. At max, you will have 2 kinds of such games and a few other which will cost you around 500 MB or 600 MB. So 10 GB is a generous assumption. So 10 GB is gone to the gaming. So the second area is WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is actually pretty critical and pretty notorious. So I assume that you are part of a lot of WhatsApp groups. People over there keep on sending a lot of forward messages, videos, mostly multimedia content. So I just checked my phone. The WhatsApp storage was somewhere around 29 gigs. And I'm not sure if you guys know about this. So WhatsApp added this manage storage option both in iOS and Android as well. So you can go to the settings, go to that particular storage option, and it actually lists all the chats sorted by the storage space that they are taking. And you can selectively delete either videos, photo messages. So let's say with frequent monitoring, you are easily able to keep it under 20 GBs. Easily, yes, mark my words, easily. I was able to clear 10 GBs with one click in 5 seconds. So the third part is transient memory. So transient memory is something which is not supposed to persist on your device. So this kind of content includes maybe before you're getting on a long flight, you download 2-3 hours content on YouTube, Hotstar, or any other streaming service. This particular content falls under this category, and you can easily limit that till 5 GB. I mean, you have a small screen, and even 1080p compressed video should be fine. So yeah, 5 more GBs gone, and we are left with only 15 GBs. 15 GB. Yeah, let's come to multimedia, the most important part, primarily the photos and the videos. So 1 pixel without any compression, it costs around 3 bytes, which means that a 12 megapixel, so mega is basically 10 raised to power 6, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So 12 megapixels image will, in the normal case, cost you around 36 MBs. Well, this can totally blow your mind, but the compression algorithms are so efficient that they are able to easily compress that 36 MB image, depending on what colors you have captured in the image, up till 3 MBs. Yeah. So in an average case, let's say the image is taking somewhere around 5 MBs. So to be even more generous, instead of considering 15 GBs, let's consider only 10 GBs. So out of that 10 GBs, let's say you have 5 GBs available for the photos. Now remember, one image is costing us 5 MB, which means in 5 GB you can store 5000 by 5, which is 1000 images. And if you're taking 10 images every day, that means in 100 days you will hit that 5 GB limit, which is totally fine. I mean, you take pictures for 3 months, and after that you take some kind of action so that you can reclaim that 5 GB. And even that is automated, trust me. And the remaining 5 GBs is for the video. Well, video is actually pretty tricky because the size varies quite a bit. It's same for photos as well. Even being a content creator myself, I'm using a mobile phone with 64 GB of storage. And even if I were to record 2 videos, 10 minutes each, I'm easily able to do that within like 10 or 15 GBs, 10 GBs actually, assuming that I will record 1.5x or 2x of the content and then I'll trim it down. If you are kind of a lazy person like I am and you don't want to actually take any hard action after every 3 months, install Google Photos. Yes, you heard it. Install Google Photos. It'll save you a lot of space and time. Space and time. Oh, makes me remember Doctor Strange. So I've been using Google Photos for around 4 years now. There are a lot of people who are inherently using Google Photos, but they don't know about that. And after 15 GB limit, they start to complain that Google Photos have a limit of 15 GB. But actually, if you will see, the 15 GB limit is actually on the original content that you can upload. But you can always go for high quality. So I always use high quality, and the difference between a compressed image in high quality and the original image, you cannot tell by your naked eyes. And even if you were to print that particular photo in an appropriate size without scaling, you should be able to do that without any problem. So one particular case in this multimedia scenario is if you're going for a vacation. So I assume that if you're going for a vacation for 2-3 days, I think you would capture somewhere around 1,000 pictures in one mobile phone, and you will hit that 5 GB limit. But that is totally fine, because so we were very generous about all of this, right? You can actually squeeze in a lot more photos by saving some space from gaming, which is already 10 GB. So just have 5 GBs from the gaming and you should be good on your vacation as well. Now let's talk about the use cases. So I have primarily 3 use cases in my mind. So let's consider a student. For a student, I think social networking is one thing, which is his primary area of interest, and gaming as well. So whatever we discussed, it actually falls very appropriately in the student bucket. Well, the second bucket is professionals like me. Okay. So when a student gets converted to a professional, there are a few changes as far as the mobile consumption is concerned. And it's pretty simple. When I became a professional, the mobile phone gaming almost went away. So from that 10 GBs, it falls down to 2 or 3 GB at max. I have Call of Duty installed, but I don't play it. So yeah, for professional, everything looks very similar to that of the student. It's just that the gaming space is available, and that space can be used for multimedia as well. Then the third and last bucket we have is the content creators. So the gaming goes away, and I'm a content creator myself, and I'm using a 64 GB mobile phone with a lot of other apps installed as well to record all of my videos. As I discussed earlier, that I can record content for 2 videos back to back on this device within 15 or 20 GBs. This is like 1080p HD video, 30 FPS. Yeah, I guess that is all for today. I hope this video was very informative and it added some value to your life in some sense. And if you really like the video, do give it a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and keeps my motivation on. One thing that remains is, so I forgot to talk about the happy scenario, as in when you do want to consider a phone having more than 64 GB of storage. I would say if the mobile phone that you're purchasing is like 48 megapixels and you are a core gamer who want to have around 9 or 10 games on his mobile phone, each costing around 3-4 GBs, and you record a lot of videos and photos as well, and you don't want to upload them in a compressed format on some service, just go for a 5 and 2 GB mobile phone. If you have more ideas around the storage thing, or if you feel that I missed something, do mention it in the comment section. We can discuss over there.